Hey, what's up, everybody? Today I want to talk about payment methods. So I actually saw this poll on YouTube while I was scrolling from the Deal Guy, and it asked, when shopping at a store, what is your preferred method of payment? And personally, I always use my credit card, so that's why I picked. But surprisingly, most people actually chose debit card. And this was not just a couple of people. I think, look at this, 48,000 votes. So 48,000 people voted, and the majority of them actually used their debit card to pay when shopping at a store. I can see why, but there are certain advantages of using a credit card to pay for things. And I looked through the comments and they point out some of them. So Robert here says, I get points or cash back depending on which card I use. And since I pay off the balance each month, it's a no-lose situation for me. See, that's the main reason why I use credit cards, because they give cash back. There are certain credit cards that give you rewards and cash back depending on which category of things you're buying, or I don't know, there's like rotating categories like online shopping or dining and eating out, but they give some sort of money back. Debit cards, as far as I know, there's not really a lot of options for getting cash back paying with a debit card. So, yes, another person who's pointing out cash back. Sabrina says, credit or debit depends on how much cash back I'm getting at the store. My card changes quarterly which types of stores get extra cash back, 5% instead of 1%. I usually don't go for the 1% unless it's a big purchase. I always pay my card off before month ends anyways. And something that's coming up over and over again is that people who use credit cards, they use them because they're going to pay it off every month anyways. They're not going to rack up huge amounts of credit card debt. Now, getting into credit card debt, that can be a tricky hole to get out of. But if you're the type of person to pay it off every month anyways, you're not going to owe anything in terms of interest. You're just going to pay the money that you would have paid anyways. So Lance here says, I was told don't use a debit card for purchases. Debit cards use your money, and if the card information is compromised, it's much harder to get your money back. If you use a credit card, that's the credit card company's money. You're not responsible for any unauthorized transactions. I agree. Like, I think I remember someone saying that a stranger got access to their debit card and they tried to call their company, their bank, and they weren't able to help them get the money back because it's a debit card. But credit card, there's tools for you to take care of unauthorized transactions. For example, credit card chargeback programs. So yeah, I believe that in terms of getting your money compromised, credit cards are much easier to deal with in terms of getting that money back because they're not directly taking your money. With debit card, they're taking your money directly out of your checking account, I believe. That's what I think. I don't even use debit cards, not even rarely. When I say I don't use debit cards, I don't use them at all, never. I only ever use my credit card because I just think that it's just so much better if you're actually going to pay it off every month in full. Like I said before, if you're going to actually get in credit card debt, that's a tough hole to climb out of. So you got to be honest with yourself and what your spending habits are. And, you know, the thing is, even me, I consider myself a super frugal person, but even me, I have certain things where I have trouble controlling myself and resisting the urge to buy. Some things, for example, like photography equipment. Like sometimes I look up reviews on lenses and cameras and they cost like a lot of money, like thousands of dollars. And I really have to stop myself from spending all my money on them because it's just so, like it's something that I really enjoy doing. So it's hard for me to resist the urge to buy things like that. Another thing is colognes. I'm super into colognes. I think I might make another video on that, but that's another thing that I see and I have trouble resisting the urge to buy because there's so much that I want in terms of fragrances. So yeah, you got to be honest with yourself. Are you the type of person who has little self-control when it comes to buying things, or can you consistently pay off your credit card bill every single month? So it really depends on what kind of person you are if credit cards are going to be the right choice for you. So Ed here, he says, in the past 6 months, I have accumulated $950 cash back on purchases I would make anyways using my credit cards versus debit card. I get 1.5 to 5% back depending on the credit card. Also, the bonus offers when shopping at a particular place saves even more. It's free money basically, in my opinion. I would agree to a certain extent that's free money. Like I just explained, it depends on the type of person's spending habits and how much self-control they have in terms of spending. Brian says, I always prefer card payments. My parents always say cash is king, yet it takes my mom 10 minutes to get the money out of her purse. That's another advantage too, is that when I'm shopping and I'm paying with a card, it takes much less time than taking my wallet out, taking out the cash, counting the exact amount of cash I need. It takes up more physical space in my wallet because, well, cash is a tangible item. It's a physical item. So it takes up more physical space, and it takes more time to actually get the money out and count it and calculate like how much I need to pay. With cards, it's much easier. Just take out the card, insert the card, and I don't have to really do much work. Guitar Heroine 3 says, definitely credit card. Why not get the extra perks like cash back for things I'm buying either way? I get why some people can't do it, but if it's possible to do, then it's great. Exactly. Another person says, was debit. Scammers switch me to credit cards because of the recovery rules in case I get scammed. We already talked about this. Never let anyone take your debit card out of your view, and check to make sure that you get your card back, not just a card back. As a benefit, using credit cards for everything has added benefits. Cash back, extended warranty, even theft replacement depending on the perks the card issuer offers. I wish I could pay credit card bills with other credit cards for even more cash back. Exactly. It's kind of confusing because the poll results show that most people pay with debit card, but if you look at the comments, most people are actually commenting praising the advantages of using credit cards and not debit cards. So perhaps the people who use debit cards don't really have an explanation for why, or maybe they just don't want to comment. But for the people who use credit cards, they're commenting, explaining why they're using credit cards and the advantages of doing so. And I've already outlined a lot of them in this video. Cashback being, I believe, the most popular reason why credit cards are used. And in terms of fraud and theft, credit cards are more advantageous over debit cards in that regard too. If you get scammed, credit card is a much better form of payment to have to get your money back. So yeah, I personally never use my debit card. I always use my credit card for those reasons and more. And I never use cash unless I'm at a place that is only accepting cash as a form of payment. But some places, I've seen more and more places become cashless. So they're doing the opposite of cash only. They're completely accepting only card payments and no cash at all. I'm fine with that because I use my card all the time anyways. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on using credit cards versus debit cards. Yeah, I just wanted to add in my opinions. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.